Welcome to podcasts recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcasts, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.
The Friends Band. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning, and I'm so happy to be here. My name is Lauri Jones, and I'm the guest musician today. And yes, I'm going to invite you to stand up and let's sing. Let's get this feeling in our bodies here. It's God in everything. I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I see joy, I choose peace, I choose goodness surrounding me. I choose love in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose happiness, I choose freedom. I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I know peace. I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God in everything.
Good morning, and thanks again to Lauri Jones for opening up for us today. Always glad to have her in the house. Good morning, and welcome to the Portland Center for Spiritual Living and to our celebration service. We're a Science of Mind community that teaches spiritual practices to transform your life and make the world a better place. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. All we ask is that you stay open to the possibility of changing your entire life simply by changing your mind. My name is Sandy Liebold, and I serve as one of the licensed practitioners here at the center, and it's my honor to welcome you here this morning. If you're new to the center and joining us in person, there are welcome packets in the back of the room. Hopefully you got one on your way in. In that, there's a copy of the Science of Mind magazine and also lots of information about who we are, what we stand for, and how we might serve you. Also, for our global audience listening at home, I invite you to find out about us on our website at cslportland.org. Under the About Us tab, we have a lot of information, again, about who we are, what we stand for, how we might serve you, and of course we have information online about all of our activities and classes and things that we do here, so please take a look at that. The other thing that you can do online, any of us, is to sign up for certain subscriptions we have. One is for a weekly email listing of all of our events and services. One is for our free program called 365 Earnest Homes. In this, you'll receive a daily Earnest Home affirmation sent directly to your email inbox. And these are great. The Reverend Larry puts together information and quotes and a picture, and it's just a wonderful thing to find in your email inbox every day and have an opportunity to start your day off with some inspiration. The other thing that you can do is enter your birthday and receive an e-card and gift on your birthday. You don't have to tell us the year, but just give us your date. That's good enough. I'd also like to highlight several announcements. As you know, because you're here, you found us at the center or on Facebook Live at 11 a.m. for our weekly Sunday celebration services. If you can't make it in real time, you are welcome to look at it on YouTube and via podcast after the fact, or if you just want to listen again, it's a nice way to refresh your memory about what you learned this morning. Each week we have a Wednesday night meditation that's on Zoom at 7 p.m. Pacific time. This week, practitioner Kate Barrett is leading the meditation with the theme of witnessing, and this is part of our season for peace and nonviolence. Which, by the way, I wanted to let you know we're kind of towards the end of the 64-day season for peace and nonviolence, but we do have today's thought for the day is on service, and let me just read that to you. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Everyone can be great because anyone can serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love." And so the question is, how can you serve today? It's a joy to see everyone here who's in service, creating this service as well as being in service to your own higher self today. We also have weekly Friday lunch with Larry. That is on Zoom at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And, of course, you don't have to bring your lunch, but you can. It's an opportunity to meet with other congregants, to ask Reverend Larry questions, and just kind of have some informal time via Zoom. We also have ongoing online Zoom groups for our Social Justice Book Club and our 12-step program for women. Both of those are facilitated by our licensed practitioner, Nancy Ashley. And you can find out more information on our website. We are ending, sadly, our winter Connection Circle gatherings. These circles are a way to discuss the Sunday message in small groups at various times throughout the week. Today we do have one after the service right here in the back of the room, which is have sponsored through Meetup or advertised through Meetup. And so it's an opportunity to just drop in and discuss the things that you learned here today in a group with someone else, and everyone is welcome. Guess what? Easter is coming. Oh my gosh. How can that be? It's already Easter time. Join us online. We're going to be doing a meditative service on Good Friday, which is April 15th at 7 p.m. And we're also going to have on Sunday, Easter Sunday, a special service and ceremony right here in the sanctuary. And of course, that will also be on Facebook Live. Also, upcoming on Sunday, April 24th, after the service, we can join us for the annual business meeting. Members will be voting on a slate of board candidates, and will also present a full financial report and a program update at that meeting. This will be both in person here at the church and also using Zoom, so you can do it either way. And now I'd like to invite Reverend Marilyn up, because we have a whole slew of spring classes and workshops that are open for registration. So, Reverend Marilyn, tell us about that slew.
Thank you, Sandy. Good morning, everyone. And it's so great to see everyone here in the sanctuary, to our Facebook Live community. Sacred study is one of the things in Science of Mind that helps us embrace empowerment, because we say, change your thinking, change your life. That's easy to say, but it is an empowerment tool. So sacred study is part of choosing empowerment for ourselves. And yes, your education team has put together I wouldn't call it a slew. For me, a slew is kind of mucky, but maybe it is a slew because we're looking at our muck in our life. But anyway, we have several classes. We have certificated classes, and when we say certificated classes, that means that they're authorized as part of the practitioner journey, but they're open to anyone. So one of the certificated classes coming up real soon is Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And in this certificated class, it's 5 weeks. I'm facilitating it. It is, all of the classes are offered in our distance learning classroom, so they're available to anyone, anywhere, wherever you are. And this starts on April 7th. It's Thursday evening, and it runs 5 weeks from 5:30 to 8:30. And in this certificated class, we've talked about principles and practices. This is an applied learning experience. We take Science of Mind principles and practices, and we apply them to 3 specific areas in our life: relationships, prosperity, and health. So if you're looking for ways to empower your life, to enhance your life, to expand the embrace of life, this class, we take principles and practices and apply them to relationships, prosperity, and health. The team also, because our Connection Circle series has looked a lot at letting go of fear and embracing life and awakening. Last week we had 4 tools of awakening. We're offering a mini workshop. It's 2 hours. It's called Fear to Faith Workshop. And in this workshop, you experience an intuitive journey. It is a process of moving from fear that is inhibiting your experience of more good in your life, embracing faith, the absolute good that is available to each of us right here, right now. Now, there are several opportunities. So if you want in-person or if you want distance, if you want a weekend or if you want a weekday, we have times and availability for you. So first one that's coming up is Saturday, April 9th from 1 to 3. That's Pacific time. It's 2 hours via Zoom. I'm facilitating that. We also have one on Tuesday morning, May 3rd, from 10 to noon, and licensed practitioner emerita Kate Barrett is facilitating that via Zoom. And then Reverend Larry is going to open up our upstairs classroom on Sunday, May 29th from 12:30 to 2:30, so right after the service on Pacific time. And again, it's a 2-hour workshop, Fear to Faith. And you can find out full description on our website. One more workshop, and we have 5 total offerings, but I'm only going to do one more, and that is the beloved community that licensed practitioner emerita Kate Barrett and licensed practitioner Nancy Ashley are co-facilitating. And in this workshop, participants draw on the concepts of peace and nonviolence. You heard Sandy read from our 64-day Peace and Nonviolence. This is, again, an opportunity to bring it into your life and make it a practice of your own. And so it establishes that peace and harmony, and one of the things that they look at is the way to bring to life what the late Congressman John Lewis called the beloved community, a nation and a world society at peace with itself. And that is going to be on Saturday, April 30th from 1 to 4 p.m. So that's kind of the top of things that are coming up. Like right now, operators are not standing by. Nancy always says operators aren't standing by, but you can register on our website. So we look forward to seeing you in our virtual classroom or in our in-person classroom, but give yourself the gift of empowerment through sacred study.
Thank you, Reverend Marilyn. Today, as so many times, perhaps always, our flowers, beautiful flowers here, are courtesy of Kat Jacobs. And we've already met Lauri Jones, who's here today as our guest singer. Thank you for being here, bringing your light and your love to us, and of course with help from our wonderful Friends Band. And today the message is going to be Song of the Heart by our own Reverend Larry King. And so now what I'd like you to do is sit back and relax, because I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, and the message is exactly what your heart came here to receive.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I this world as it is. Go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
And so as we continue to stay in that place of inner knowing, as we connect right now with the all there is, we enter into a time of affirmative prayer. And what I know is that God is everywhere present. There is just one life, one love, one power, one presence. It is everywhere present. It is in me. It is as me. It is through me. It is in every person, place, and thing on the planet. And what I know of God, of Spirit, of this divine presence, is that it is one of wisdom. It is one of love. It is one of divine guidance. It is one of truth. It is one of peace and harmony. And I know that all these qualities exist in God, and I know that I am one with God, and therefore all these qualities exist within me as well. I am one with God, God is one with me. And from that perspective, what I know and claim is that my life is ever flowing with good. It is ever a conduit of the great good that is flowing through me. I know that I am guided with this wisdom. I know that I am supported with this love. I know that right action and right direction are part of my life because I am part of God's life, and God is working through me. And so I know that everything that comes to pass is for the highest and best of all concerned. I know that God is always working for me and never against me. And so knowing those things with deep conviction, I can relax, I can rest, I can go with the flow, and I can treat myself and others with compassion and love, knowing that each of us is in fact living God's life at this moment. I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for this knowledge. I'm so grateful for this insight. I'm so grateful for this love and guidance that I receive in every moment. And so now I just rest, letting it be, knowing that God answers every prayer with a resounding yes. Thanks be, blessed be, and together we say, and so it is. And now just staying in that energy of the prayer and the song and the beingness, we just take a moment for silent meditation on the flow, on the compassion, on the love that is in and through us.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Sing it with us. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love.
Well, we're working our way through, actually, we have worked our way through this lovely book of Mary O'Malley's, What's in the Way is the Way. And today I want to present sort of highlights and a summary, if you're willing. So last week, Reverend Marilyn talked about the 4 tools of awakening. She covered essential methods for waking up to life's possibilities. And the theme throughout this book has been the idea that oftentimes we fall into a pattern of being asleep, of just going through the motions of our lives and not really living intentionally. And so this series really is focused on the idea of what can we do to wake up? What can we do to live more on purpose? Today, we're going to close out this series with what Mary O'Malley calls the 4 lets. So there are 4 ways that we can let or allow ourselves to experience more of life's pleasures, life's goodness, through our ability to live in the present moment. But first, I want to put some context around really the whole book. The overall book might seem to promise that we're headed towards and will someday magically end up in this position called enlightenment. And I know it's the promise of many of the world's religions. It's the promise of all yoga masters that somehow, one day we'll wake up and be at one with the universe. And certainly, most of us have experienced that one time or another, right? We have had that moment of at oneness, often out in nature, occasionally on a Sunday morning, but that sense of I am one with everything. But I do want to mention that I think this is more of a journey than a destination. If we're really thinking that one day suddenly our consciousness will be cleared up, or after one happening or one course of meditation, or if I go to that silent retreat for 3 weeks, certainly I will be at one permanently after that. I want to counsel you that really, we Americans are so driven to see the end of the journey that we forget the journey itself. I think we're actually raised with the idea of what is my goal? What's that final picture look like? What will I be when? And sometimes we break it into smaller chunks, right? Well, I'll be more free. I'll be able to explore my life better when I'm retired, or I'll finally feel the love of the universe when I finally settle down with that special someone. We see that picture of what it will be like when, and we forget that every minute of every day we're on a journey. And if we're holding out for the end, I got news for you. It may or may not come at all in the way that we anticipate it. But what I do know is that we have every single day on the journey, that we can have fun, that we can enjoy our life, that we can pay attention to the blessings that are there. And so part of this book, may be oriented with that idea of my life is going to be in that meadow of infinite possibilities one day. But I'd like to suggest, no, we're always in that meadow of possibilities. And if we pay more attention to the journey and less intentions around somehow we think how it's going to work out someday, when I retire, when the kids are finally out of school, when my 401k is fully funded, when we finally can buy the house and stop renting, or whatever the vision is. So I've always been a big fan of the arts, and the two things that I love most are photography and music. And I look at it as the difference between a photo and a song. So a photo captures a unique time and space that's kind of frozen in a way. And the good news about it is you can capture it, right? It's right there in front of you. And in that respect, it does capture a certain period of time, frozen, often very beautiful. I'm working on actually that last part. Some of my photos aren't quite so beautiful. You can see some of them on my Facebook page. But it's static. It's a thing. Contrast that to music. Contrast that to the lovely songs that Lauri have brought to us today. Music is a journey. Music involves you right here and now. It's not a picture of something that happened before. It's not an idea of how it might end up someday. A song takes you on that journey. It involves your senses and your emotions way more directly. And I'm not knocking at all the more static arts. I'm just saying that you can't not be involved in music. And it is that essence of one note after another taking you on a journey. And so, what is the life that you want? Is it a picture forever frozen in time? Or is it an ongoing journey engaging the senses one moment at a time? Ultimately, of course, there's a balance here, right? It's not either or. We do have to make plans for the future. We do have to make a progression as we move through life. But if that's our main goal, and I think for most Americans, we do tend to see that idea of the destination, right? The when I retire, when I get married, when I finish school, when I whatever, as being some breakthrough, some version of enlightenment, some steps towards my freedom, if you will, that we can miss out on the day today. Well, I normally promise you a joke, and instead today, I have a story, not without humor, but supposedly a real story. The saintly Japanese Zen hermit, poet, calligrapher, and friend of children and benefactor to the poor, Raikoan, and he was born in 1758 and lived to 1831. He lived austerely and simply in a little hut below a mountaintop. One evening, it has been said that a thief visited the hut only to find nothing to steal. So he went out into the night. Raikoan caught up with him and said, "You have come such a long way to visit me, and you should not return empty-handed. Please take my clothes as a gift." The bewildered thief took the clothes and walked off. Raikoan sat naked, watching the glorious moon rising high above the tree line. Poor fellow, he mused. I only wish I could give him this. And so that's what I'd like to give you all. I'd like to give you all this precious moment in time, this ability to see the beauty that's going on in your life right now. Not the hope for some imagined future that may come about and may not come about, but this precious moment where so very, very much is lovely, is beautiful, is wonderful, is glorious. And whether you take delight in Lauri's next song, whether you take inspiration from my words, whatever is going on for you, let you be present for it. So I do have some tips. Some of you are thinking, well, that was a short sermon. and maybe that should be the end, right? But I do have 4 short tips for being more in the present moment. And in the book, Mary O'Malley calls it the 4 lets. So first of all, the first let is just to let life. And I'll fall back on Mark Twain here. I wrote down one of my favorite Mark Twain quotes. He says, I've been through some terrible things in my life, a few of which actually happened. When we just allow life, it's normally good, right? Most of the trouble that we experience in life, it's our mind and our emotions just carried away. It's us exaggerating the small slights. It's us picking out the 1 or 2 negative things that are happening at the expense of the glory and the joy that's all around us. So one of the tips for being in the present moment is just knowing that it's okay, that 99.9% of your life is just going to be okay. So allow life, let life just to take its normal course. And most likely, 99.9% of the time, it's going to be okay. The second let is to let it be. And the idea of letting it be is just not to fight your circumstances. Have you ever thought about how much energy you spend fighting, usually mentally, occasionally physically, certainly emotionally, but fighting what's just happening around you? Struggling with it, trying to make sense of it, trying to figure out how you could not have it happen to you. And how often does that work out? Yeah. See, there's the trouble. We try, we expend a lot of energy. Sometimes we'll even replay the past. Have you ever been in one of those mind trips where it's like, if only I would have said this, and if only I would have done that, and then she would have done this, and then he would have been better behaved, and it's like all that energy, and we're not changing a darn thing. So allow it just to be. Let it be. Let life just come at us. It's true, it won't always be pleasant. There will be uncomfortable moments. But I'm here to say the resistance to it, not apt to be successful, not apt to actually be positive. And in the meantime, you've missed out on what? You've missed out on your life. You've worked at something that doesn't even exist at the expense of so much beauty and love that's around you. The third let I think of as freedom from, and that's the idea of letting it go. There's so many it's in our life that we want to just hold on to. The little resentments, the little slights that come at us, the little things that just bother us. I remember for a while I studied under an Indian guru, and he called them botherations, which I sort of like that term, botherations. And to him, they were the little hooks. You can think of them as little hooks that are there almost as an annoyance, trying to draw us in. The little negativities at life, the little things that you wish were different, the little things that if only this had happened, or it just takes the edge off of the goodness of life. Can you let it go? Can you be okay with things not being some idealized version of the way you had hoped they would be? Here's where oftentimes we get into comparisons. I've done whole sermons on the idea of comparisons being dangerous. But how often do we compare our lives to media influencers? How often do we compare our lives to what Madison Avenue thinks a person should look like or be like, or the clothes they should wear, or the homes that they should live in? How often do the little hooks of how maybe a marriage should be, or what true effective parenting looks like, how often do we let those little hooks diminish, again, the reality of our lives being so good? We focus in on the one or two little details that are out of whack, and we just miss the beauty that's there, the beautiful flowers that are here this Sunday, the lovely atmosphere of friendship that's here. We'll pick out that one thing and diminish our own love. Can we let it go? Can we let the botheration just slide? It was funny. I remember in one silent retreat, every time we were bothered by something, anytime that something seemed less than, we were invited to write it on a yellow piece of paper and put it in a box that said botherations. Leave your troubles here. Leave your botherations here, because they have no place in your life. They really will not help you. The last of the four lets might be the most difficult one, but it also points to freedom, not freedom from something, but freedom to something. And that is simply to let go. Let go into your own life. Let go into where you see yourself heading. Let go into that meadow of infinite possibility where you are enough. And your course of actions are enough. That place that's peaceful enough that you can take that inward journey and listen to that still small voice of spirit that's there to guide and direct, to provide you with whatever you need. Can you let go in that way, just to be yourself? To not always be thinking of how I could be that's better or different, or have different motivations, or whatever it is. Can you just sense with kindness your own potential? The talk title today is The Song of the Heart, and I picked that for two reasons. First, you already heard my discussing the idea of song or music as being more about the journey and less about the destination. But the heart part of it, I think, is gentleness with yourself. We tend to be our worst critic. When we are finding those hooks, those things that we need to let go of, so often they revolve around the fact that we don't think we're a good enough person, or we don't think we're a smart enough person, or we don't think that we deserve the good life, or we think that some of the things from our past weigh us down like a boat anchor and that there's no moving forward. I'm here to say that that only exists in your mind. It's not reality. It's not how I see you, certainly. It's not how the world sees you unless you put out that vibe. How well do you like yourself? Let's be bold. I do like myself fairly well. Who can raise their hand to liking themselves? Yeah. Now, I would like to say 100% of the people just held their hands up, and I'd be fibbing, right? There was about a third of you that were either like this, little baby, little doll hands, and another good helping of you that just looked at me kind of like, thanks a lot for asking me to raise my hand. It's time to let go. It's time to let go. You are magnificent. You were born in the likeness of Spirit itself. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing needs to be healed. Nothing needs to be repaired. Nothing needs to be augmented. As much as we like our superhero movies, you already have everything you need. You don't need to fly or levitate or have laser beams shooting out your eyes. Although it'd be fun for an afternoon, you, just the way you are magnificent. And with kindness and the ability to let go of your own sometimes torturous thoughts, you can feel that magnificence. Well, I want to close today with something simple. Are you willing to follow me along for just a moment and repeat after me? I am magnificent. Oh, now a third of you still have the baby hands. I know, and a couple of you are still giving me the look, like this is really uncomfortable. Let's try it one more time. I am magnificent, just the way I am. Just the way I am. I am magnificent just the way that I am. I am magnificent just the way I am. Let us pray. There is one power, one presence, one life, one joy. There is only this one thing. I call it Spirit. You might call it by some other name. It's okay. It doesn't care what we call it. But there is only this one thing, full of love, full of life, full of joy, full of everything that we could ever wish in our own hearts. That abundance of all things is present in it. And what I know about it is that it is beneficial. It is here always for our good. God is good, and it provides the good life as we can accept it. And so on this day, I claim for myself that magnificence that is in God is also in me. That joy that is in God is also in me. And that I am awake, that I am paying attention and noticing life as it's happening right now in its 99% of perfection. I'm willing to let go of the things that don't seem quite so perfect, willing to let go of the little annoyances and hooks, and willing to embrace, willing to let in that meadow of infinite potential that is my life. And as it is true for me, I know it is true without question for everyone. Each of us has that power. Each of us is magnificent. Each of us made in the image and likeness of Spirit itself, full of love, full of joy, full of peace, full of goodness. This is the reality for each one of us. And for this I give thanks. For this I let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much for being here today. What a blessing to have you with us. Now is our time of conscious contribution, if you'd like to take your gift or your tithe. For those of you online, you can go to our website, cslportland.org/donate, if you'd like to make a donation that way. If you'd like to take your gift, you can just repeat after me. Graciously I give, from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. Would the ushers please begin receiving the gifts?
More than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more than enough, more, much more than enough, more than enough. I am more than enough, I have more than enough, there is more than enough. More, much more than enough, 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 more, much more than enough, more, much more than enough. Thank you for that wonderful, perfect talk this morning. Just perfect. And it sets this song up so great. Yes. your life, walk it proud, sing your song, sing it out, hear the music deep inside, playing in your soul. Just listen to the melody. It knows the way to go. Cry those tears, pour them out, face the fears, quiet them down. It might not be the way you planned or what you think looks right.
I'm on a short leash today.
You gotta let your brave and
which is probably for everyone's safety.
Let it take you
bless
through
these gifts. I
the
recognize
night.
that the truth of abundance in the universe is even
Walk
as
your
we
life.
some of our good to other nonprofits and organizations. that
Walk
the
it
circle of
free.
Let it be.
Heed the call. Heed
I
the
do
call.
have, let's see if I can remember
Let it
three
be. Let it be. Yeah, yeah.
Wave your hand.
Just let it be.
Going to be a part of it. And they'll form a little circle in the back of the room there.
You gotta
It's
hear
totally
that
voluntary.
whisper
Drop in.
deep,
You don't have to
deep
have any
inside.
preconceived ideas. It's our pleasure.
Just
The idea is you'll
let
get to talk
your
a little bit about
lover's
today's message and things that are up for you. It's informal. Drop in.
No matter what
that.
your life
Also,
has
I know we're in the
been.
midst of reopening our bookstore.
You get to
for,
make
for
the
coffee.
choice, to make the choice, to walk your life.
I'm highlighting Sarah
Walk
today
your life.
is that she could use some volunteers.
Walk it
And she has
now.
a couple of dedicated volunteers, but we do have about 4 of them.
Live your
Use
truth.
throughout.
Live your truth.
So after the service,
Live it
check out
right.
Sarah Stebbins back there. It would be her pleasure to tell you more about
Walk
what the
your
service is.
life. Yeah, yeah.
And then finally, the third thing I really did remember
Live your life.
is
Whoa,
friends.
love your
On the back table there where it says ministry
life.
prayer, your licensed practitioner name.
'Cause it's
You can
yours.
see she's holding up one of
It's
the prayer
your
request cards. Feel free to fill one of those out. It's our honor to pray for you throughout the week.
It's
And
your
for those of you
life.
online, you can go
Your
to our website,
beautiful,
CSL.org.
beautiful,
Every
beautiful
single web page is a link that
life.
says make a prayer request.
Yeah.
Those are auto-magically mailed out to all of our licensed
walk it
practitioners.
free.
We start praying for you right away.
Walk it
And again, our
right.
commitment is to pray for you throughout the
Yeah.
week. For now, though, I think
Walk
it's time
it
for a
free.
benediction, right? It's time to enjoy our Sunday together. So I invite you to stand if you like.
Walk your
I'll see how far my leash will go. Oh, it actually goes pretty far. It's not bad. Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you'd like, just repeat after me. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. And life is in my affairs. I think it. I feel it. I expect it. And I am it. Just the way that I am. Please know with me that you are never alone. If at any time during the day or night, if forgetfulness might creep upon you, go within. On that altar of the Most High, recognize that you are loved. And in gratitude for this certainty, I let it be, and so it is.
Shall we do our closing song? am love, I am loving, I am love. I am love, I am loving, I am loved. It's the truth of who I am. If I forget, Spirit reminds me again. I am love, I am loving, I am love. You are love, you are love, you are loving, you are love. You are love, you are loving, you are love. It's the truth of who you are. Shine your light, yes near and far. You are love, you are loving, you are love. We are love, we are love, we are loving, we are love. We are love, we are loving, we are loved. It's the truth of who we are. We'll shine our light, yes near and far. We are love, we are loving, we are loved. You are love, you are love, you are loving, you are love. I am love, I am loving, I am love.
If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We have inspirational services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our online listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.